Hi and welcome to the channel. Today we will unbox this ASRock DeskMini X300. As for the box, there's not much info around it, so let's proceed in opening it. So immediately you'll see a manual, a CD-ROM. We can take this out. It's protected by I think 3/4 inch of foam. Then this is probably for the drivers. This is the Barebones system itself. So this is around 2 liters. It has VESA mount compatibility. As for the ports, it has a DC in. So this is where you will plug in the power adapter. This is the display port, HDMI, VGA, 2 USB ports, and 1 gigabit LAN. So let's set this aside for now. Other contents of the box. It has a cooler with pre-applied thermal paste. We'll use this. Then it has proprietary SATA cables, screws and rubber feet, another screw probably for M.2, Wi-Fi module, has a power cord and a power adapter. So this case already has a motherboard inside. It's also proprietary. When I mean proprietary, I think it's better if I will take it out first. So to take it out, you have to remove the 4 screws. Once the screws are removed, you can pull this out using this tab here. Then you'll notice that there are some wirings here. So this wiring is for the power switch and power LED. You can remove it first so that it will not bother you while assembling the system. Okay, so for comparison, this is the ITX motherboard. And this is the motherboard included in ASRock. So this is a bit bigger. Notice that's a bit bigger, a bit taller. This one doesn't have a PCIe by 16 lane. So even if you try to fit this here in the case, it will not fit in both sides. Anyway, for motherboard features, it features a standard AM4 mounting bracket. However, even though it is standard, notice that the layout is not standard. So I also tried to mount the AMD stack fan here. But by default, it will not fit unless you remove the shroud. Also, if you don't remove the shroud, you will not be able to maximize the RAM slots. So these RAM slots are also small. These are SODIMM slots. And it has M.2 Wi-Fi and an M.2 slot, which is PCIe Gen 3 if I remember correctly. It also has some headers which you will not be able to use, sadly. You also have the option to have 2 CPU fans for some reason again. At the back is where you can put your SSD. So this thing here is where you will put the SATA cable. As for the SSD, you have 2 mounts for this. So on this side, you can screw the SSD here. However, for this side, you have to remove the motherboard, then attach the SSD, and then screw it from that side. Anyway, let's try assembling the PC now. As for the processor, I'll be using the best processor that you can put in this system, which is the Ryzen 7 5700G. So again, the triangle here corresponds to the triangle here. As for the included heatsink fan, this is just a chunk of aluminum. It's probably good for the processors that you can slot in this system, but that's it. It's not good for everything else. Then you have to lock it like that. Then, of course, the fan header, just slot it in the CPU fan. Notice that the fan is very small and the height is just right. So this is custom made for this machine and it will not hinder the RAM compatibility, which is good. Just to give a background, I will use this machine as a home server, which is a normal use case for this machine. And with that, I'll be using 2 sticks of G-Skill's Ripjaws, 32 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz, CL22 RAM. There is no power supply as the power supply is already distributed by the motherboard. You just need to plug the barrel jack from the power adapter and it will power on the system. So as for the storage, I'll be using a 2.5-inch SSD, which is the Crucial MX500. This is a 4 terabyte drive, so I spent a lot for this. Again, this is for a home server use case, so I need all the storage that I can get. You can fit the tab here inside the screw holes, and it aligns somewhat perfectly. Okay, so I'm not sure how to connect this. Let's see if I can. You just have to push the other end and it will fit in just nice. Okay, next is to install the Wi-Fi. So as for the Wi-Fi, it has its own module. So the Wi-Fi module has 2 antennas. So it's an Intel dual band wireless AC3168. Probably an old model. For this, likely here. Oh, I need an M.2 screw. I'm not sure if it can be seen in the screen, but there's some cover in the M.2 screw. There you go. Whoever thought that this is a smart idea, I'm having doubts in him on a personal level. There you go. There's a plastic film covering the screw hole. Whoever thought of that. Anyway, I hope I can screw this now. Okay, so now I'm able to secure the Wi-Fi module. Next is to install this. I really wonder why they decided to make this as a sticker. I mean, it's not like you're going to stick it somewhere. So this is for the antenna. However, this is not open. So I'm supposed to... Oh, that's how you open it. Okay, so for this to be attached to the Wi-Fi, there's a very small, very small thing that you can attach it to. This is not good for big hands. There you go. Okay, somehow I managed to install the antenna. It's very small. There is some dexterity required. So for non-dexterous people like me, it will be a bit tough. Oh, by the way, these are the front panel itself. So this is for the earphones, USB 3, USB-C, and microphone. So I think this build is done. It's that fast. Just have to install back again the power switch connectors. There you go. And then you just have to slide it back. Then just screw again. Oh, just to show you how this thing works. So this is the PC adapter, which is, I think this is around 200 watts of power. Oh, only 120 watts of power. Again, this system can only power Ryzen G processors. Cannot power up 5600X, for example. So for this, just plug it here. Then plug this directly to the wall. The overall volume for this is 2 liters, but you have to take consideration that you have to keep this adapter somewhere out of sight so that it will not take some space from your desk. It's very small. Again, good for home servers. And yeah, I just have to test it. As for post-build comments, I tried to install CSGO on this and it played relatively well as expected. I did not monitor the exact FPS, but it is around 90 to 110 FPS. As for the CPU temps while playing, it was 72.71 degrees Celsius on average and max of 80.9 degrees Celsius. As for its APU component, it was 67 degrees Celsius on average and max of 69.2 degrees Celsius. I would say that the temperature performance of the included cooler is average. I also tried to benchmark FF15 and it averaged at 28 FPS. I also noticed that the VRAM allocation was defaulted to 4 GB, which was very surprising. Usually you'd see 2 GB only. For its price, it is comparable to an A520i AC from Gigabyte plus the SKTC A09 case plus the FSP Flex Guru 300 watts power supply. The DeskMini X300 wins on size as it is only 2 liters in volume. There is a good placement of SSDs that will not hinder the airflow as well. However, the DeskMini loses on flexibility as the case and its motherboard will be of no use once it is broken. We're also limited to G processors with X300. The number of USB ports are also very limited. If you'll ask me if it is worth it, my answer is it really depends. I like this as I can make a good home server out of this with minimal desk space. Although it is priced comparable to a custom ITX PC, its tier is actually of an Intel NUC or those from Minis Forum PC. But ASRock solution offers a swappable CPU and the others typically don't. However, at max, you can only put in a 5700G, which means that there's no more upgrade path for me. Overall, I couldn't recommend this for gaming in general. It can do light games, but it's probably best to be used as a home server or for office use. Okay, that's it for this video. Do let me know in the comments below on what you think of this kind of PC. Thanks for watching. Do like or dislike and subscribe for more unboxing and benchmarks. Bye!